Oh, Ben! I kind of at times want to like hold my brother's snake. Do you think this one goes through the armor? Why? No, not with that.
When are you going to get a heart monitor on the screen?
For God's sake! No! 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 Go away! Shoot! No! Look! Oh, that looks amazing.
Wait, don't deal with it. Just happen.
Oh, it's water. Oh, boy.
Enemy soldier mark.
Oh, God, you food. Oh.
Testing the theory. We added 500 bits to Cybercraft_TV's cheer.
Oh no, I'm stuck! I'm stuck!
8 seconds.
I'm coming for you!
5,
I'm coming!
3, 2, 1.
Gotta get up, Max.
I got you, I got you. Nay! Now that's taking over the reins. Oh, my neck! Oh my! Oh, you so blew up your...
I died.
I died!
I do.
I was too close and you shot your own obelisk. But that will be in about a year. Oh, you gotta dance with me!
I even moved my feet and everything. I am invested in this.
Orgasm. Really? But we have myself here, as you can see. And you know what? It is pretty accurate. Sarah, get out of the way! What are you doing? Sarah, out! No, we're in combat! You're not helping! Sarah! Is there any way we can eject her? I'm gonna get it back for this.
We just want to have nice clips.
No clips! No clips! Okay. I don't trust it. No! I can't do it! What the hell? Something seems off to me. So I'm just going... Let me just... I can't delete these. Oh no! Oh!
Ready to do it.
Oh,
Through the building. Go on, Total. Get in there. Get in behind you. Get in behind you.
Oh, I got two. What? This world hates me. There's more. Oh, fireplace. You no, there's so much. You can during a party place them for free. We need to change out of this. It's getting weird. It's getting weird. Orgasm. Who is that? Who keeps orgasm something to my farms. Might not happen today or tomorrow, but one day it will. Oh, you got me once. Poof!
Nope.
You know what they say. Pick on sewing your own side. Ooh, don't actually. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't. There's no good way of putting that. I can say, oh, I get flashed all the time, or I get banged. I just realized I'm looking at the wrong camera. Wow, you know when something just clicks. Ben!
Yeah.
A pack of raptors.
Juicy! Do I really need a queen? No! I've got tiny hands! Hello! Wait. Hello! Alright, point at someone. Be careful how you I feel like a little T-Rex. Turn T-Rex, yeah. Oh my god, that is terrifying! No, I'm in a helicopter.
Oh no, it's falling me one.
For goodness sake! No, I can't fly!
Fuck!
Fail? Who spotted on our food? Oh, that's disgusting. There's some kind of disconnect here. I saw 500 bits, but there's no flat. No! Turn! God's sake. We didn't crash. No, we didn't crash. No! Guys! Guys, you're amazing. Thank you so much. We need like an automated like system. Announcement!
Whoopty freaking do.
Well, I think it's time we get this show on the road. And welcome back. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us today. We're doing something a little bit different because I thought it's a new project, or at least the start of another project, because I finished the Steel project outside of stream. And thought, you know what, this would be the perfect opportunity to pull in a YouTube stream as well. So we're multi-streaming today, which means welcome everyone who are over on YouTube currently watching us. First in today was Jason on YouTube, and I think it was Detritus on Twitch. Unfortunately, it's all merged, so I can't jump between as freely as I'd like. But I do have to say, for Corey, thank you so much for the 41 months support on Twitch. Really do appreciate it. But welcome in Sam Joe, how's it going? Little Bits, Model House Man, Jason Van Hartman, Apocalyptic Pies, sorry. Vinny, how's it going? Zanozy, Aztec, Basement Gamer, MBM Blanca, Bryluck. Guys, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have quite the project ahead of us. This is the start of the Mega Concrete project, which we will cover in a moment. I have disabled the flash, and we know that the dance alert isn't working at the moment, so we still have the stream stickers on if people want to use them, although I don't have SammyBot open. Give me one moment with that. Tell you what, the one thing with multi-streaming is it's not a single click thing. I really struggle setting it up so that I can actually read YouTube and Twitch at the same time, because there's always an account that's not connected. But I am hoping that all is good for today, and we've just updated the restream software, so it might be that we have a few teething problems, just as a heads up. Hey Brylar, thank you so much for the gift sub to Sam J. That's very kind of you. Jonathan, welcome in as well. Renoshi as well. I gave a like on the YouTube for you. Hey, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. If you do enjoy the content, do make sure to hit the like button over on YouTube if you want to really support us. Consider watching us on both Twitch and YouTube if you want, and just mute one of them. It does help us lift those views up and get us to reach more eyes. I will go through the build that we've recently done, because YouTube, you have no idea what's happened, and Twitch, you've only seen 4/5 of the build. I spent the last 2 days finishing it off. What I will mention, for YouTube, once we get into game, if anyone can write the timestamp for me, that would be a huge thanks, a huge help even. I would be very grateful if you write the timestamp of when it starts, because I will update the stream after this and put the timestamp as to when we start playing the game, which will be in a moment, actually. Good morning, Fabi Fabster. Welcome, Zarun. How's it going? The timestamp for me of when it starts. You can do it then, Zarun. But for me, but you'll have to put it on the YouTube one rather than the Twitch stream. YouTube is open as well. Detritus, you're a scholar and a gent. Thank you very much. Also, Helene, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. Von Hartman, thank you so much for the 18 months, man, and for kicking off a hype train between you guys. Appreciate it. Right, let us make sure that this is all ready to jump in game. We've got a lot to do with this. So I will break down the build and we will talk about the planning, because it's going to be pretty big. It's going to be pretty big, and you will soon see why. So ready for the 9K. It's actually going to be a 10K concrete project, because I realized everything DDoS the wrong thing. Thanks, little bits. Mark, how are you doing? I hope you're well today. Magda Ramberti, welcome. Good morning indeed. Can we get flashbangs back? Nah, it's not happening. We will add them in the normal Twitch streams, which will probably still be... So my thought moving forward is, at least for the start of each project, we will cover it on YouTube as well. But what will probably happen is that... Oh, I've just screwed up my OBS software. One moment. What will probably happen after the wedding next month and I get back to content creation full swing, we will probably do a dedicated Satisfactory stream, probably 2 days a week, and that will be streamed to both Twitch and YouTube. And then we'll have another day a week where we might do a little bit of work on the Satisfactory save, but we'll play different games, and that won't be on the YouTube. And the reason that I want to do that is kind of to kill two birds with one stone, if possible. And it just means that people who watch the YouTube primarily or solely actually don't need catching up every time we do, like they jump into a stream and they're like, why is it so different? It's tough. Thank you so much for the 13 months. Is YouTube carrying on? What do you mean, Detritus? What do you mean, is YouTube carrying on? Good afternoon, Mr. Tux. Vortex, how's it going? Thank you for the follow. And Side Cheese as well. Yo, Vortex Boss, thank you so much for the sub. Twitch seems to have died, really? It has Twitch done its... Yo! Is that my side? Oh. Oh, I'm getting really bad numbers here. Guys, can you still see me? Okay, so for me, stream is fine on my end. It did drop for a moment. Is Twitch going? Yeah, Twitch is fine. Okay, guys, make sure that you just refresh the stream if that's the case. Very rarely, once a stream, Twitch seems to have a problem. I don't know if that's gone through for YouTube as well. Had to reload Twitch, but it's good now. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't know why we have an issue with Twitch. It's just for a split second. 13:40 game start timestamp. Yukio, thank you so much. Can you put that in the comments? Because I can't see the live chat when I go back to it, but I can see a comment. You were offline. Guys, make sure if you want to maintain your streak on Twitch, if that does happen, to watch the, like, I think it's 12 minutes prior or something like that. Twitch was just jealous, maybe. Let's get into the build itself. I'll fly for this just so that we can do this quickly. So the next episode in the Let's Play is going to be our Smeltery. This is what we've been working on for the last month or... wait, actually, we started it just before... Was it April? The end of April? I think so, because we covered this in a YouTube stream as well. And we've just finished the third part of this facility. So this is an iron facility. It's producing 27,000 iron ingots per 23,000 iron ingots per minute at full capacity. It's not running at full capacity currently. We have a compressor which allows us to prioritize lines if you've seen our recent video on mergers. Then we have our basic iron facility, which is producing all the iron plates and rods that we should need anytime soon to send to these two train stations, which is then will send them to dedicated factories along the top section of our new logistics network, because it's a 2-lane line, as you can see from over here. We realized that we had about 10k iron ingots at full capacity extra from this. So we decided to create a steel facility, and this takes those iron ingots and uses the solid steel ingot recipe to turn them into 10k steel ingots when it's running at full capacity. Turn them into full capacity. It's not at the moment. If I just stop flying for a second and we run through here, if we don't have coal coming in, the iron will be overflown and up to this section of the build. This is producing iron pipes, just iron pipes, so the alternate recipe. So we're still making use of that iron to produce steel if we don't have the coal available. Subsequently, if we've got loads of coal but no iron, that is going to eventually be producing diamonds. And back. Wait, has Twitch cut out again? What is wrong with Twitch today? Guys, thank you so much for the hype train. Variable, welcome in as well. Too many ingots, crash Twitch maybe. YouTube's buffering too. I'm having 0.7% drop frames. So it's not a major issue on my end. But it shouldn't be buffering. Twitch is twitching. Has anyone had a Twitch problem on Twitch today that's not on our side? I'm trying to find a good way to get bauxite to ground level. Any idea how to do that? Trains. Trains are always fun. That's how we're doing it, but we're not producing a lot of aluminum at the moment. Kevin, welcome on the YouTube side. I don't think it lets me comment. Oh, maybe not. It would seem that the cam has gone. I'm just going to try. Yeah, I don't... Problems.
Full moon.
A little bit. A touch late.
Totally clean.
Looks fine here. Awesome YouTube, that is. Scott, thank you. I hope you're doing well, man. So this section is going to, once we have the steel being produced and we have concrete coming in, which is where this next part of the factory comes in to play, this is going to be producing a lot of steel beams. I think it's I say a lot, it's about 2,000 steel beams per minute. And then we have seven belts, full belts of steel pipes. That's 5,460 steel pipes. We're only keeping 2 full belts of pipes because the rest of the pipes are going to be sent up to the next floor, which is again where we need the concrete. And this is all new, so you have to act all wow and surprised, Twitch chat, when you see this. This is a new facility which is dedicated to producing encased industrial pipes. There are a lot of these, and it's not producing that many either, which is the surprising thing, because it takes 24 pipes to produce 4 encased industrial beams. So if we take that 5,460 divided by 24 leaves us with 227 times 4, 910. I don't have a fast enough belt for that. 910 encased industrial beams per minute. Shocks and gasp, thank you. Oh my god, wow! Alright, don't overdo it. I watch those ads for a blank screen. At least have to watch more ads for a while. Star Watcher Tim, I'm sorry there's an issue with Twitch. I don't know what it is. That seems to be a problem. It might be something to do with the restream, because we're not streaming directly to Twitch today. We're restreaming, and that's sending it to Twitch. I might have to try and find a workaround Twitch. I'm for that, if that's the case. Happened 3 times when Twitch message came up, but okay after. Well, hopefully we don't have any other issues. Croaked again. Really? Why? So as soon as I refresh, it's fine. Why is it doing that? Just a dip, but enough to force a reload? Yeah, but the dip's not on my side. If it's a problem with Restream, this is the first we've had with it. Restream cutting Twitch. That's my only guess at the moment. I could go to Atom. That's going to require a bit more setting up because it's a whole new software that I haven't worked with before. Yeah, I might have to do that for the next YouTube stream in that case. Hey, Fabby Fabster, thank you so much for the sub there. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, Twitch died for me again. So YouTube it is. Lag, it's like watching old Kung Fu film. Wait, is that Jason on YouTube side or is that on Twitch side? Mid apologizing for the Twitch issue, it crashed again with a dip. Sound on YouTube is a second behind. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense why YouTube would be ever so slightly behind if I'm sending the exact same thing to Twitch. And we're not having the problem here. Is anyone else having that problem on YouTube? Let me know. I suppose I need to talk for you to be able to notice that. So the next thing that we're going to do, refresh, it's fine for me. You guys shouldn't have to keep refreshing. Anyway, as such, we noticed that we need about 8, I think it's just shy of 9,000 concrete per minute. The plan is to now have this facility have copper ingots, like a copper smeltery behind on a tier above the iron one. And we're also going to have a place for the concrete, which I think will actually be here in this facility, and then send the concrete to the right. It makes sense. But the problem with that is that this is quite high. So the problem with the water is that we have to get the water from down here to up there. And I don't fancy using pumps. I worry that if we have any issue with pumps, it's just going to cause the whole system to not run. So what I think we're going to do is package all of the water, and we'll do this in a loop. Send it up to the concrete facility, which is going to... Actually, that's a good point. The concrete facility, it's 60 per minute. We need over 100, I think. So if we have 10,000 divided by 60, that's 166. But curves? Well, that's some curves. We need 166 refineries because we're going to use the wet concrete recipe. That's going to be all of this area. Which leaves us wondering where the actual copper, like basic copper facility will be. That's going to be quite a big one. So just stick your finger up your nose. We can test the delay. I ended up with a long zigzag platform and conveyor to get my bauxite off the plateau to the beach. Oh, nice. I mean, if it works. I am on another game, thanks. Now it's back to Satisfactory. How are you getting on with your new build event? But it's going to be a simple build if we jump over to... If we jump over to... Oh, I know what's happened here. It's the wrong page. Primary monitor. There we go. So if we look at the build itself, we're using the pure... Oh no, it's only 125. So it must be 80 per minute, I think, of concrete. The issue is not the limestone. 15,000 limestone sounds like a lot. It's a fair bit, but we have like 5,000 limestone nearby to us. So really it comes down to our logistics system, which we've already built and developed. Providing we can connect everything to the logistics network and we have a way of distributing that concrete without too much limestone without too much issue, then it's going to be fine. We can obviously improve on that. And like I said, 125,000 water. It's a lot of water. We actually have plenty of water around us in order for us to do that. So the issue is just transporting that to where we need it in order for us to do the 125 concrete refineries. So actually, let's very quickly, we add, is it packet? Actually, yeah, if we go from, I think how to do this because it probably won't want us to package the water. If we go to packaged water and we do 125,000. Wait, no, it's 12,500, right? Not 125,000. Yeah, we need 105 packages. It's going to be quite the build. Sorry, let me open up chat again. I couldn't see just in that moment. Hey Toto, how are things? Reggie, all good here. How are you doing? Welcome in. I'm glad to have you here. What, Reggie or Reggie? That's a lot of concrete. Yeah, let's hope it works. I'm amazed at watching your builds, but I am 10,000 less a minute in concrete. To be fair, so am I at this moment in time. But it does mean we've got quite the build ahead of us. So in order for us to package, wait, it's 104.25 or whatever. We're going to need to produce empty packages, empty canisters. That's not too much of an issue. And we're going to need 60. Well, we know that we've got 12,500 water, and if we divide that by 300, it's 40 water extractors. Which is not too many, but that's going to require a lot of power shards. Also, fun fact, we've also done the train stations here. So we have steel pipe and also the beams and encased industrial beams. What is this concrete being used for? The encased industrial beams and also the normal beams and pipes. So we're using the molded beam and pipe recipe. If something can happen to the pumps, then something could happen to the packages. Well, if the packages are down here, then we don't need to worry too much, is my hope. So we're going to first and foremost start off by paving all of this area. So let's get our first line out, and then we'll grab a blueprint to hopefully build it outwards. I'm also using a mod called Skybox UI to keep it daytime, so it's a little bit easier on your eyes. How many hours in this save now? This save is 500 hours, 501 hours. So it's still a baby, within reason. I don't really want to cut through this whole section. Power, that's the next problem. Throwback, no worries. Water extractors need some serious attention. Hundreds of machines or shards is a terrible issue. They'll be fine. Well, better be fine. Right, we need to find some power. Okay, we have some down here. We have all of this area that we could use for the packages, but then we have to worry about how we're getting all that water in. Which I think is probably what we're going to have to do, honestly. I think we're just going to have to bite the bullet. If we do the water packaging under here, we're going to have to do. I think we're just going to have to the problem with that, thinking about it, is the YouTube thumbnail. We're not going to be able to see anything if it's down here. This is something that I am more and more aware of. A Mark II extractor that can push 600 would be a perfect solution. Yeah, it would. Unfortunately, we've got to work with what we've got. Which is... yeah. I'm going to struggle with this, aren't I? How many power shards do we have? 395. We'll be fine. Twitch is having a good time today. I've no idea what's wrong with it, honestly. My best bet is that it's not playing nice with the restream software, because we're streaming to Restream and then to Twitch. And maybe Twitch just doesn't like competition, because they're not too keen on multi-streaming, even though they've allowed it now. If we go out this way, we might be alright. So let's give that a go and see how we get on. That gives us plenty of space with the estuary. Go and see plenty. It would be not. How is it? I didn't have. Oh, I suppose I probably got power from up there. The vertical splitters are broke. When you build a lift and attach two merger splitters and delete the lift between them, you cannot reattach them. Oh really? I didn't know that. I've not really used the vertical splitters, to be honest. I know there are use cases for them, but it's just not really my playstyle. We'll try a build with it at some point though. B-Trancy, how are you doing, man? I hope you are well today. Hey Total from the red side. Twitch is twitching too much. I am sorry about that. I will have a look into it and see if there's anything that we can do, but it might be a case of using a different streaming software, unfortunately, to restream, in which case I'll probably do that after the wedding because there's too many other things to worry about right now. So it would probably be early October, maybe in time for my birthday. Might do an extra long stream, although September might do something for that as well. Maybe just see it from the end of September if we can do a mini marathon to my birthday. Must be done it again on YouTube. What's that, Jason? I said Twitch went off, YouTube messed up. Wait, YouTube's messed up as well. I'm watching on another stream at the same time and there is no issue. Yeah, it must be to do with the streaming software. Let me just have a look on stream side on Twitch. Here we go. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Because it's just cutting us. We're losing all of our views on there. I'm not sure what the solution is. Sounds like restream's being naughty. I don't know why a restream would be the issue. Actually, let me have a look at restream really quickly. Yeah, everything on Restream's side is excellent. There are no issues. It's just somehow the connection to Twitch that is causing a problem. RTMP. Well, we'll stick with it for now, and just have to sort it out next stream. On YouTube because I don't get ads on here. Fair enough, I'd do the same. I was speaking with YouTube about getting members of the channel ad-free viewing. I feel that is just it just makes sense. And they've been umming and ahhing about it, and I spoke to Bits the other day who had a meeting with them. And apparently that's something that they're looking at implementing now, which I'm really happy about. Why did I come over here? Oh, friggin' grab one of the blueprints because I am incredibly lazy. Apparently I don't have a concrete blueprint. Every time it drops, YouTube gets delayed a bit more. Well, that could be to do with... Okay. Maybe use a different Twitch ingest server? I don't know if I can change any of that on the go. Maybe even 10 seconds. I wonder... The thing is, it shouldn't affect... If we have a solid stream, normally, then it shouldn't be affected by using a different service. We're probably going to need that concrete. I think that's normal, isn't it? Yeah. Freeze just happened. I don't know what to do because either we stop the stream and I try and work it out, but then we might not be streaming today because I'll be trying to sort out a different software, or we just carry on through and I sort it out at a later date, but we're gonna have really bad analytics. Hey Patrick, how you doing, man? To fix the vertical splitter merger, add a floor hole in between. Oh. Don't worry, be happy. Thank you, B-Transu. Hey, Coke, how you doing, man? Hope you're well today. But it crashes so much, but at least it doesn't count as a new stream each time. Yeah, if it did, I think I'd just have to close it. I think it's the streaming app that Total uses. We've not had any issues with them before, which is the worrying thing. Okay, so let's say this is 16 water problems. Package a blueprint. Stop. You've tried Meld Studio. I've looked at that and I liked the look of it. And there was one thing that stopped me from checking it out. And I can't remember what it was. There was one really big reason for me not to do it. It's like 3 to 5 seconds of stutter every few minutes. I mean, anything that disrupts the viewing enjoyment is quite a big issue. Every few minutes, just a slight stutter. Is that on YouTube side or Twitch as well? Because for me, we normally do about 150 views on Twitch and average. And I noticed... Oh wait, I think I just froze. No. I can't even see my views. Why is that? It's not even... It's not... Oh, 20. Yeah. I'll be back later. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. We'll see you then. So we need 41 extractors. Aye! Basement. Good day. Ronan, how are you doing? We're having a few issues in stream. I do apologize. Is it 60? X still works. Well, at least something does. Well, at least something does. $60 per minute. 240, 300. That would be 600. YouTube's quite a bit behind there. I presume it's just stacking the buffer. Boom, stickers is not come through either. Have they not?
Hello there.
Hello, Warhorse. How are you doing? How are we doing? Other than the actual issues that we're suffering right now, all's well. 2, 3, 4, 5. So wait, that's 300. What's 780 divided by 60? 13. 510. So really, we need 10.
Chicken, banana. Chicken, banana.
Thank you very much. I'm not sure who sent that through. It doesn't show. But greatly appreciate it. Chicken banana. What the hell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 would come out that far. It needs to be a bit further along. Wow, stream is really dropping out a lot. I am tempted for us to either stop the Twitch stream today and just continue as a YouTube stream, or we turn off the stream entirely. Hey Alistair, how you doing? I'm not too bad. We're questioning life choices and streaming platforms at the moment. I think we bring it out this far. That worked. Ronan, was that you? Thank you very much, man. Tom, you good? I'm fine. Stopping entirely? Oh, stopping entirely would be bad. Oh, it would be sad even. Maybe do a full PC reboot and see if that fixes it. I don't want to be sending more notifications out to everyone. I would rather just stop one or the other. And then try and fix it for the next one. Because I am getting a notification saying we're now live. Presumably we just dropped again. Glad you liked the post. Yeah, it was good, man. I'm excited to see what you You do. We're good with extra notifications. I moved from YouTube to Twitch. I'm not seeing anything on Twitch as far as stuttering. Twitch is definitely a little ahead. Dumb Penguin, welcome in. I can tell that Twitch is having problems just by looking at the view count, because as soon as it cuts, anyone who was in our stream will have to refresh, otherwise it won't count as a view. And we're on 20 views at the moment, which is way below what we'd normally be doing. Isn't stirring, just drops? Yeah. I'm pretty sure Bits uses Atom. Might be that we go down that route. Okay, let's just connect all these up. We'll see how we get in the next 20 minutes or so. You solved the turbo fluid power dilemma today. I burned my save and restarted again. You started your save all over? Brave. Brave. Okay, so with this, that's the other thing. We can only take 10. I'm trying to do 13 in a line, but we can only run for 10. Right? Which is a single line of these. Unless we nudge this over. Don't know if that would be worth it. If we do it as 10 and 10, then we can have them tiered, which might look quite cool. But in which case it would be better to have them on concrete bases. Hello, James. How you doing? Hope you're well today. Let's just set this up and then I will build this on top of foundations. We can just place these. Packing water again, always a good plan. Yeah, so we're doing a build that's going to be 10k concrete per minute. So we're going to use the wet concrete recipe for that. But I don't really want to get all of the water up via pumps up there. So we thought this would be best. Never has any issues. Is that sarcasm? Bye, guy. The vertical splitter PB kills the fun for me for now. I'm sorry it's a real issue for you. But we'll see you later, Debord. I'm surprised you haven't played with water towers more. Well, we've done water towers a lot. We were one of the first to cover it, as I'm sure you remember. But the thing is, I just don't find it that fun. a way to play the game. It feels a bit of a cop-out. I'm sure we'll probably use it at some point for a video. Just I don't fancy doing it at the moment. Let's call this test. And then we place it on top of one of these. Picked up Satisfactory, starting on my first holiday in 3 years. Binged your videos while handcrafting modular frames on my own. 170 hours into the game now. Love it. Hey, glad you're enjoying it. It's a fantastic game. We can't get enough of it. We've yet to beat the game, but I can't get enough of it. Hello, fellow pioneers. Gaming Cat, how you doing? When using logistic floors below buildings, would you still feed fluids from above? So I can actually show you what I've done over here. So we're feeding water from below, but then at the start of each line we have a buffer which is filling up, and then it flows down into the next line, and that seems to stop any real issues that we have. Although you can't really tell with this one because it's a rarity that all of these are on at the moment. I see you would rather build a water packaging plant that you need to spend a few hours troubleshooting. I don't think we'll be troubleshooting it for that long, honestly. It's a case of only 12,500 water being sent up to the next floor to be deposited. We've done water over here without any issues. Water tower? What about it, Gaming Cat? Only. Well, we're intending to build larger than ever before, and we're working on that at the moment. Love packaging fluids for traveling good distances. Makes it easier to get the right throughput and no train loading and unloading delays. Fluid mechanics require full pipes for optimal flow rates. A buffer of tanks of said fluid ensures full pipe from packager. And it gives you excuse to have multi-stop train if you want to bring back excess tanks. Well, we won't be transporting via train. This is going to be a closed loop system within the facility, which should avoid the other problems. Because that was the issue that we had in our last playthrough with turbo fuel. We were packaging it and then sending the empty canisters back. That compressor thing is a thing of beauty. Any chance I could get a quick explanation to its construction? If you already did, I can go back to it later and rewatch. Creative Discoveries. There is actually a video dedicated to that. I've got the link over on Twitch. If I just put in merges, I can pass you the video along. Here you are. That will break down exactly how it's done. There is a clear and obvious solution to pipes flowing at like 596 instead of 600 despite having a buffer higher than all the pipelines. It's played havoc with my turbo fuel power plant. How many refineries are you depositing resources to? Because if the line is more than 600, I guess. Thinking about it. We smart splitter it. and then we overflow. It's probably going to make the system work better. I think each blender is pumping out a clean 300. I don't know then. I honestly check the efficiencies of your blenders, because if one's ever so slightly off, they'll both be on, but it might run at 96% clock speed efficiency, sorry, and that might be where the issue is. Right. Tell you what, James, I'm excited. My first Romano pepper is pretty much ready to be plucked. I say plucked. Clipped off the stem. It's a beauty. I just hope it's tasty, because the mohawks, they were quite flavoursome, but they were so thin that they didn't really have that much flesh. It was a bit of a disappointment. Can factory carts transfer any item at all? Any stackable item. Yeah. It's just, it can only stack, only take a single stack. So you'll be using a lot of them. Hey, Nefanoa, how you doing, man? Hope you're well today. Are we still having the problem with Twitch stuttering or dropping every now and then? Jewel Hunter, hope you're doing well today. Wait a second. How would that look? Would not at the moment, don't think so. It looks stable for me. Okay, well, hopefully that's resolved the issue now. Well, I say resolved it. We didn't do anything to fix it. Not sure what we're doing with this. We're gonna run with it and see what happens. Those ones took a while to ripen. Yeah, my the problem is the temperature's dropped quite a lot. It's gone down about 15 degrees since the peak summer, and so they just haven't had the temperature to ripen. And that's because the plant was so late to get started, unfortunately. My other pepper plants had already got 10, 20 peppers on them before we started growing that one. And it's grown surprisingly well, but I think it's just been a little bit late, and now that the hot weather's gone, it's struggling to ripen. Water packaging plant? Ooh, yes. And it's going to be quite a sizable one. Yeah, we could probably nudge that inside, couldn't we? That might look better. Or not. Or not. I've just entered the monsoon season here. It was 43 centigrade here yesterday, and now it's thundering. Goodness me. Okay, well, I wouldn't mind a bit of that heat. The touch would go a long way. I mean, a comfortable like 20, 22 degrees would be nice. And a bit of sun. That would get the conservatory up to the right temperature. It's a nice 30 centigrade here while raining. Oh, lovely. Yeah, 40 odd is ridiculous. I thought they reached a foundation long. Apparently not. Hey, that doesn't look bad as a little setup. It'd be nice to have a walkway. Problem is, it loses quite a bit of the aesthetic if we do that. Super clean, I like it. Yeah, it's a really simple setup. I kind of feel like it needs a little bit more on the outside there. I had covered all of these in a walkway, and we'd placed so many that we've started to get some weird visual glitches. And the walkways now, if I use them too much in one place, they'll Z-fight. And every now and then, you'll see on these. They're not doing it now. I get weird triangles on them. I mean, it is what it is. Oh no, what happened? Oh no, wait, has it happened again? It's fine, thank you, Chupa. I'm sorry, I just logged in to lurk. I didn't mean to scare you off. Screaming Wyvern, how you doing? While making mega projects, how do you deal with the terrain? I try and build around it more often than not. You have a small idea to cover the... What was that? I missed the end of that one. Cover the fluid output with pipe wall connection. We might do that. Down here. We've done that before. I think we've done that in the refineries over here, actually. Yeah. Problem is that I don't like to see the little stand sticking out. Almost 25 minutes though, so a new record for the stream. Goodness me. The drop frames are increasing. We're at 2% dropped frames for the total stream. One narrow walkway on top of the pipe in the middle. The problem with that is then you lose the vibrant blue from the light. So I think it would be better to have a walkway on the outside this time, maybe between the blueprints, because you have to imagine that this is just one blueprint. There'll be another one across here we could do a little walkway here. That wouldn't actually be difficult to do either, thinking about it. We could just... got a feeling we might need to be up one more. Yeah. If we were to do... It's not going to let me do it. With that there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we place these. That can run all the way along. And when we snap another blueprint to this, it'll be on both sides. Hey, Sister Plank, thank you so much for the sub for 10 months. Greatly appreciate it. Also, Fetzer, welcome. Hope you're well today. DC, how you doing, man? Today it's not going terrible. It's not going great. We're having DC, how you doing, man? Not going great. Twitch cutting out every now and then. We're not sure why. What about a new round Steam grill instead? Steam grill? We don't really have anything like that, and these are going to be too big. But although I kind of like seeing the little blade there. Don't know if it's worth the effort at this point. We've got so many objects, we need to be slightly more cautious. Twitch is dropping the stream randomly. I think it's because we're multi-streaming, but I don't know why. Twitch is having a bad day. Well, it just seems to be on our stream. That's the annoying thing. I had to switch back to YouTube. I'm sorry, guys. I appreciate you jumping over. Even when the cams drop as well. I do feel we need something. Stream is good. Yeah, it seems to be okay on the YouTube. Hello, hope stream is viewable here. It should be. Are you on stable or experimental? We're on stable branch. Was that a real USB? I thought it was a troll. No, it was a real USB. For some reason, every now and then the cam just disconnects. But if I play the video and go back to a screen with the cam on, it works fine. There is always something. Do square signs snap to those pillar base tops? Great minds think alike. If they don't, they will. I will find a way. Been having USB capture card issues from my camera recently. Mine just never stops. Oh, you. I can find a way. It is. Okay. Where there's a will, there's a way. If I remember rightly, that has a tendency to off. Nope, same position. Okay, let's see. Could do it on the side of a. We grab a beam. Does it come out that far? Seems Taylor is doing a live action performance of Gremlins. Yeah, for some reason, Twitch is forcing us to restart every so often. Well, I say restart, refresh. Are you serious? You gotta be joking. Okay, is there anything we can snap a wall, not a wall, a sign to? I think if it's the wall, it's not going to be in the right position. Twitch says you're offline, Total. Twitch is being a pain in the backside. There we go. Well, we've kind of done it. We've got it there. Now snap another beam, 90 degrees flush with that beam, and use that. If we really wanted to, if I bring it out here, and we go diagonally, and then we snap that to I can't do it because I'm not. My main problem with this game is I lack the patience to do the really intricate stuff. Like, you can get so many more snapping points if you have patience. That's not straight. But now it's I really can't be bothered. Polecat is insane with that. He has the patience to figure it out. Polecat does wonders. Truly. But it's just for such a... Like, it gets to a point where what do you value more? Getting it perfect or just getting it just right so that you can actually get the build done? Do you still use FICSIT Cam? I can't seem to wrap my head around it. I don't have it installed at the moment. I did do a guide on FICSIT Cam a while ago, and I think in the main it's still suitable. Kind of like that, actually. But again, with FICSIT Cam, it gives you these beautiful angles, and it's great for doing certain shots. But we also have the in-game photo mode, which does an incredible job. Function doesn't even matter, it's the joy of the form that drives them. Yeah. And I'd say that's true with me in the main. But there needs to be some kind of middle ground. Can't just be... Oh, I bet you can't put a bloomin'... Can I? Ah, I can. Wonderful. Not quite what I wanted to do. Dropping what you were trying to do and just finish it is sometimes the best call. Have you ever spent a long time trying to make something work just to find yourself not liking it once you finished? Oh yeah, many times. But it's the difference between getting a video done or not is often, do I want to spend another 5 hours trying to get this perfect? And is it worth missing a video next week to do? I think what we're going to try and do on YouTube a little bit more is to push some short videos, short guides. And also try with every single video that we do push out on YouTube to also do a video introducing it. Which I'm not sure whether that would work or not as a short form type of content. Oh, I've done these wrong, haven't I? And of course we're still working on the wait, 1, 2. Oh, that's where we were wrong. A, right at the beginning. Some things are just not economically viable. Yeah, absolutely. Which is a shame. Like, part of me longs to go back to when I wasn't doing this for a living. Because then I could just take the time and work on something for a week and get back and not have to worry about whether it performs well or like having a time constraint to it. It's one of the drawbacks of turning this into a job. It's not necessarily a bad thing, it changes your priorities when creating content. Like, that's one thing I really struggle with in general, is just playing a game that isn't something that I'm covering and enjoying it for the sake of just playing a game now. There's always the worry, am I, like, should I be doing a video instead? You have to realize that you still need to relax. Speaking of, about 2 weeks ago, I was thinking, oh, you know what? I really want I want there to be a game. So I ended up buying Homeworld 3 because I wanted to play it on release. Because I really enjoy space sims, and I always liked the idea of having like a single ship and trying to work through decisions and keep my crew alive, or maybe a small group of ships. And I always thought, you know what, Battlestar Galactica would be fantastic as like an FTL style game, and that you have to work through various choices to push through the galaxy and try and survive as the last remnants of humanity. And I thought, you know, it would be even better if they made it like XCOM in their base building, and so you could see the ship and all the little like different rooms, and they all have different perks or buffs or allow you to produce things. And I always really like wanted that, and I was thinking, you know what, if I can, I will try my best to get to a position where I can develop a game like that, and like try and build a game from someone who has no idea whatsoever. But then Gamescom this year brought out or mentioned Battlestar. What is it? There's Battlestar Galactica Scattered, I want to say, which is pretty much FTL, turn-based space game. And I was like, that is so cool. I'm going to get it. And then Star Trek Voyager comes out with the whole like XCOM style modules to having like building out Voyager and surviving in space. I'm like, this is my year. This is wonderful. Homeworld 1 and 2 were so good. Homeworld 3 was the disappointment of the decade for me. So much potential wasted by poor dev choices. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've been enjoying it. I've probably got about 3 hours into the game now, and I don't think it's as bad as the public have like downvoted. It's like something like 12% or 1 out of 10 in terms of the reviews, and the like IGN and the reviewer. So I was looking through theirs. They said that it was quite slow and the story wasn't great. But apart from that, the gameplay was pretty good, and they definitely made some choices that I wouldn't have necessarily have gone for myself if I was developing the game. But it's still a fun game. It's a 5 out of 10 for me. Yeah, it's nothing special, but it's not a bad game. And I think maybe, James, because I know you are a massive fan of the Homeworld franchise, and you played it 1 and 2 growing up, that your opinion is probably skewed by that. Whereas I only played 1 and 2, a couple of years ago after they announced Homeworld 3. It's not awful. It's been really poorly reviewed due to the rough development road and questionable choices. Yeah, and I guess the other thing is that they kind of, once they realized that it wasn't doing very well, they just rushed to release everything that they had planned and kind of wash their hands with it. Which, if you're a game dev, I totally understand you wanting to kind of wash your hands and get onto something else. But if you're not careful, those kinds of decisions are going to bite you in your ass when it comes to the next game that you develop. And the people will remember, like, you developed this. We're not going to trust you with this one with our money. But the game is what I was hoping it to be honest. If it would have been like if Coffee Stain drops Satisfactory 2 and it's just average, maybe I think it would be more like if Coffee Stain released update 3 and then said they were done with it. And they just did a few quality of lives because they got their money from it and they were moving on to something else. It would just feel rushed at that point. Just to finish the story. We have been so lucky. Oh, I've done it on every other, haven't I? I've done it the opposite way around here. Oh no, I've done it the same. That's fine. So the mishandling of a 20-year-long awaited thing was heartbreaking. I can totally appreciate that. Average is fine, but we wouldn't be happy. Okay, cool. You did see it. Andorus, wait. Oh, what was that? What did I see? Have you seen the new Battlestar Galactica? Yes, yeah. I want to see more about how the ship side of strategy and handling is. Like, do we have to build more, like make room for different areas in the base on the Battlestar? Do we have control of the other ships, or is it less control? I don't know, but I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a fun game. But I think out of the two, I'm probably more interested in Star Trek Voyager. Just because it looks like you have more control over the ship. And that's something that I've been really wanting. We might play that on stream. Kind of like that. This is also my problem. I start building something that should have been finished, but instead I end up doing little decor pieces here and there. And before I know it, I've wasted time. I wish more studios would like CSS, but I don't know but I know that's never going to be the case. BBI certainly could have handled it much better though. Yeah, I mean, there have been a few devs that have really stood out in recent years. I would say Coffee Stain is one. Keen, who are developing Enshrouded, I've been really impressed with. There's also... oh, what was it? No Man's Sky. Hello Games. They had such a poor launch. I thought it was the end of their studios, to be honest. But they have done an incredible job. And you see with these kinds of development processes that the games just sell more and more because they're offering so many quality updates. People really feel like they're getting their bang for buck. Enshrouded devs are insane. Yeah. Have you seen the Wake of the Water? Bringing in voxel water and water physics. I covered it on the announcement on the Survival channel, and I am just so excited to see what they do with that. Undead Labs. The work they did on State of Decay 2 was just phenomenal. I didn't play that much of State of Decay. I think I only just came in at the end. I would have called this build done 30 minutes ago. Yeah. I think maybe we could add a bit of colour. I wouldn't be against that colour, actually. You know what? I think... Ooh. Hello, Clumpfan. How you doing? Yeah, watched your video. I wanted a survival game with water physics for so long now. I really hope that with them teasing the whole sluice gates that we'll be able to use that water in our builds. TGG does great. Path of Exile 1 and 2 and Unknown Worlds used to be good. Joined both EAs and worried about Subnautica 2. And Hello Games fixed their boo-boo with No Man's Sky and came back swinging home runs. And Keen Software House in is quite special too, but all the AAA ones are pretty shit if you ask me. Tell you what, Battlefield 6, I wasn't impressed with where they went after Battlefield 4. Like 3 was fantastic. Battlefield Bad Company, fantastic. Battlefield 4, okay, not really bringing anything to it. Then anything after that was just terrible. And now they're coming back with Battlefield 6 and they are sweeping the floor with Call of Duty. They are laughing because it's Call of Duty 7, right? It's just another remake. It's all you expect from the series. Oni is quite fun, but difficult ramps fast. Yeah, I've never got into Oni because I found it really difficult. Unfortunately. Just got here. What are you working on? Packaging water. We have it's not a massive water issue. This needs to be blue. It's a water build. We have an issue in that we need 12,500 water per minute, and I need to get it up the hill. So we're going to be packaging it in order to do that. Also means we need an unpackager, which I haven't even thought about. Offline trade finally. What, for Path of Exile? I enjoyed it when it came out, but it wasn't enough to grab me. Third night update was announced. I'm hoping by the end of Gamescom, and they might have finished their announcements now, that we'd get a little bit of news from Light No Fire. I really hoped that they would maybe close the show with Light No Fire. Or the next Elder Scrolls, but let's be honest. They'll probably save that for something like QuakeCon, if they were to do it. Light No Fire, me too. I just... What? Interesting. Yeah, I'm really excited for Light No Fire. I am putting Light No Fire in the beloved... What's it? Packager is what I needed. Or maybe we could just do water packaging. Looking pretty good. It always grabs me. Is a bit of a problem. I low-key hate Path of Exile. Larian Studios. Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Them too. CT. I agree with you there. It's always... they always skip... Like, whenever I'm talking about devs that I really appreciate, I always forget Larian. I loved what they did with Baldur's Gate. I think they really pulled the stops out, and it shows. But I don't know them for any other games off the top of my head, and because of that, I always forget to mention them. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Balls. I didn't save the game, did I? I have a problem with trades. Oh, you're still on Path of Exile, right? Total, at this rate, you will have grandchildren before the Elder Scrolls 6 ships. Would surprise me. Transit, how you doing, man? I've enjoyed Elder Scrolls games so much. If they do it well, I will probably cover it on the survival channel. I know it's slightly off genre. But I think it would be pretty fun. GTA 6, Elder Scrolls 6 is kind of like the Duke Nukem game we never got. I'm sure they will come. We just got to give them a bit more time. Blueprint. Oh, that's wrong. Okay, is another good one. Really enjoying this stuff. Copperlock, what games have they developed? I don't recognize the name off the top. So, ooh, quite like the orange there. We have 1,200. Oh. We need so many more of these. Oh dear. So we've got 1,800 and we need 12,500. I think we're running out of space. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, of course we're out of steel beams. We're always out of steel beams. One feature I would like in 1.2, when and if that comes, would be extractors and a blueprint. That'd be useful. I don't think we've got any steel beam. What I should have done was to set up more iron coming into this blooming facility. And not concrete, and coal. Oh, that wouldn't have helped anyway. Because we need the concrete in order to produce the beams. Oh dear. Right. Did Wrath of the Righteous and Warhammer 40k Rogue? I would have liked to have played Rogue Trader, but I didn't. Guys, this is the thumbnail. Just here. That is the thumbnail for the steel plant. I think it's perfect. This is when my build can't do the content no matter my gear. Hey James, what about Valheim? I haven't played their update yet, but I heard some good things in a video. I watched the first few minutes of it. Valheim is amazing. I mean, Valheim in itself was incredible. They've kind of dropped the ball a bit in my eyes. But I'm excited for 1.0. Also made in Hevda. Yes. Update is incredible, but I will wait until Great North to start a new playthrough. I think we'll do a new playthrough then. I'm like considering whether to play it on my survival channel and maybe redo some of my Valheim guides on that channel specifically. Oh, if only I'd kept all of my videos, I could have just repurposed them. There's the Swedish game mecca. Enshrouded, however, looks very nice. I have been really loving what Keen have been doing with Enshrouded. I've been really impressed with their development process. I'm scared that Valheim and Enshrouded are both aiming for their 1.0 release in spring. I don't think that's the best of ideas. So the plan would be to push these up. Personally love that low-res texture look of Valheim. Yeah, I think it works really well. Oh, you struggle with Valheim's models? I did at first, but then I started playing it more and more, and I genuinely fell in love with it. I think we need to lift this higher. Which means we're still going to need to use pumps. How many did we say we needed? 200, right? 10, 20, 30, 50. Oh, dear Lord. We're going to need a ton of these. I need to get a train. Pretty sure I had a train with steel beams. So let's go grab another. I could do with reworking this lower section so that it brings the concrete in. Can I just, I'm really happy with how the train lines are looking from above. Look at this unintended line here that runs alongside and just slides off. Ooh. And this section. Ooh. Very nice. Very nice. Build the concrete factory over the water. We're not going to have enough room for that. Not going to have enough room. We need like 160 refineries, which is almost as big as this facility. Val isn't at 1.0 yet? Nope. Spring 26. Train yards are looking chef's kiss. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this is coming together. Valheim has a very purposeful art style, which I love. I thought we were going to crash then. John, welcome. I like Valheim, but the learning curve is steep. They need better tutorials. In Valheim, maybe we could do a guided run of Valheim. One thing that I've been really like surprised with the Satisfactory, so we stupidly on like, if I had any kind of forethought, I would have thought about this first, about when it comes to doing 2 playthroughs at the same time on Satisfactory from 1.0. We haven't got that far into the game because I've been running 2 playthroughs at the same time and trying to keep up with them. But the guided playthrough has done really well in terms of engagement, and it's got to a point where it's doing better in engagement and returning views to the playlist than the actual Let's Play playthrough, which has surprised me. A guided playthrough would be fun for the update for 1.0. That number is a little low, it needs to be pumped up a little. Which number? Zomboid is fun, but I prefer where are we going? Where does this return to? Okay, we're going through the Fixmas factory. I also love Zomboid. I never really got into it. I enjoyed it, but it just didn't grab me as much as I was hoping. Your guided playthrough for Satisfactory is what Valheim needs. It just depends on whether it would be beneficial to do it on the other channel, because we've tried to move all of our survival content onto the be beneficial to do survival channel, but it might be quite difficult to build up the audience that well, it depends. Maybe if we do really well with the future videos on that channel, we'll be able to do it in time, and it won't be a wasted opportunity. It loses the appeal after my first playthrough of the game. Yeah, I think that's fair. Screen, refresh! It's Twitch that's struggling, not me, I promise. I suspect some developers rely on content creators to help make guides. I think so, George, and I think that's... Like, with Satisfactory, you do have a tutorial in the beginning, and it works very well, but it doesn't tell you all the nuances of Satisfactory, and that's the only reason I believe that our channel has done particularly well. Katulna, welcome, thank you for the follow, appreciate that. I think if... Oh, we're on the wrong blooming track again. I need to stop talking to you guys and pay attention to what I'm actually doing. Goodness me. As a Swede, I love the way I can recreate our old villages in Valheim. I think there's a very beautiful aesthetic to Valheim, and I love the build system in Valheim. Out of the three games that I think are best when it comes to building, it is kind of tied in different ways between Enshrouded, Valheim, and Satisfactory. The Enshrouded has this incredible build system, but it's tied to... It's a voxel-based system, and so it's tied to the anchoring being from north, south, east, and west. And I wish we had more variety in that regard, that we could do the kind of clipping that we have in Valheim and Satisfactory. And focus, sir! Took me 30 minutes just to figure out how to build a workbench in Valheim. I remember having that problem when I first played Valheim. Go crash the dang train? No. We don't do that anymore. Right. We need to load this with steel beams. I have played Valheim with a few people who said they couldn't get into it in their first solo playthrough. After playing with me, the game became their favorite. The main reason they quit early was the steep learning curve. It helps to have someone to show you the ropes, to teach you the tricks, since the tutorials do not do this very well. Maybe we'll try that for the survival channel, and rather than make it just a pure on let's play, we'll do a guided playthrough. Gaiden, how you doing? I hope you're well. You must live with your choices. I do, unfortunately. I just really like co-op co-op play. That's one thing that I really enjoyed with Enshrouded, because that was the first game in a long time that I played a good amount with my brother. I'm just seeing if there's anything else we need. Maybe we could do with bringing some plastic. Guided co-op playthrough. I don't think that would work so well. It can be, I mean, it's fun to play it with someone else, but to try and run a guide at the same time, you either have to cut the other person out, or it becomes a little bit confusing. I can handle the automated builds for you, Tim. I'll let you do all the work and I'll just comment on it. How's that? What is the water problem? The water problem, Pedro, is that we need to transport 12,500 water to the top of the build in order to produce the concrete that we need. Oh, we could also do the same with rubber. So we've gone down the route of doing a... Oh, I don't have a stopping point for the train. That'll be a problem. So we're packaging our water, but we need to do a ridiculous amount of packages. Vapor Dude, thank you so much for the follow, man. Greatly appreciate it. The stream on YouTube is so much better than on Twitch. Yeah, there's a problem with the restream, I think. Normally, Twitch screen quality is 10 times better than anything else. It's why we normally stream on there, but I think because of us using a restream software, they're having an issue today, and it might be that we just need to work it out with a different software provider. I agree with you, Sister Plank. When you're doing co-op streams, I think it's more about the communication between those playing together that makes the game. Like, you can take a terrible game and just have a funny rant between the two players, and it can make a stream enjoyable. But if you just play a bad game on your own, unless you're someone who's really good at keeping the attention of others, it's really bad. It's just a bad stream. Hey, Sharko, thank you so much for the follow and the sub. Greatly appreciate it. And thank you so much for joining us over here on Twitch. I've noticed some issues with the Twitch when you use a VPN. I don't have a VPN. But I think it's because we're using Restream. I never got into Valheim only because other games could... because there were other games at the time that you were more interested in. YouTube has a better viewer experience in my opinion. But Twitch has a better community interaction. Yeah, I think so. I don't think people on YouTube necessarily go for interaction. If I think about it, when I'm watching YouTube, generally speaking, it's something on the side monitor and I'm trying to concentrate on something else. And Twitch is more... You're more involved. It is more interactive. But that's, like, if I wanted that, I'd go to Twitch. What's the survival channel? I don't see anything in the description. It's Total Survives. There should be in the description. Check out my other channel. And it should say Total Survives. It was originally the More Total channel, but it's been reworked. And hey, fun fact, 2 days ago we got remonetized on the channel because they stopped allowing. Oh goodness me, what's going on here? We're getting too many trains going to the sinking area, and it's causing a bit of oh fab. It's alright, we can turn around. Over here. Oh, wait, no, we can't. Can we? Yeah, we must be able to. Yeah, we can. Good. I can't remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah, the survival channel. Rename it to Total Splats. Shame you never hooked up those hyper tubes. Yeah. Well, I mean, we haven't finished the build yet. We started hooking them up. They've just got nowhere to go to yet. Oh no, it's too tight. Oh, too many trains. Goodness me. Oh, we're going the wrong way again. This is a slight issue. The wrong way again. This is if you're manually driving. Oh, there's another train coming along. If I go into this, is it gonna stop? You gonna stop? You're not gonna stop. Okay, I'm gonna wait for you. You don't see drama even remotely as often as YouTuber drama? You don't? I think Twitch drama is much more prevalent than YouTuber drama. Hello there. It's been a bit. Steady Phoenix, how you doing? I hope you're well today. We have a problem. We have nowhere to park our train. Like, all of these are in use. I didn't think that through. Oh, balls, where are you going? No. I've got an idea. It might not work, but I've got an idea. If we turn... onto... Let's just place this here. We might need a buffer before I forget. And then that can go around to... Oh, goodness me. I'm coming! Don't worry about me. I'm just parking it here. If I can. A shunt doesn't count as a crash. Sounds good. Oh! We're gonna need one of these just to deposit all of our items. And then we're gonna need another. Oh! Total, it's only your stream that keeps disconnecting. I know it is. I think it's the restream. I think it's the restream program.
Quarter moon. Total eclipse.
I like Valheim, enjoy playing it with my sons and friends. However, found the expanding biome survivability learning curve rather steep. I think that was a big problem that they had with the lava biome update. that was particularly difficult for everyone. Twitch creators tend to be more active in lifting each other up. Do you think so, really? I don't know. I don't think so, honestly. I like... Oh, wait, I've just read that. Was that world built from 0 on 1.1? This has been built up from 1.0. Ashlands was hard at first. Yeah, they ended up... I should have taken more resources with me. They ended up making it easier, didn't they? I haven't played it since. Maybe my Twitch bubble is just too wholesome. I don't really see it. There is always chaos. I mean, I'm talking about the upper echelons of Twitch and YouTube, and they kind of intertwine very much. They all seem to have their own Twitch and YouTube channels, but I think live stream is just naturally geared towards divisive conversations and being antagonistic towards one another. It's a great way to build up a community if you want it to, but I way to build up a community if you want. I don't see the point in trying to build a community by creating division. It's not for me. You would land and then get swarmed by enemies and couldn't get a foothold. Yeah, it sucked initially. The Satisfactory community creators never sees drama. Sometimes. There have been 1 or 2 moments in the past where there has been drama. But generally speaking, it's easygoing. Yo, Tool Show, welcome in. Huge fan, Totalxclipse. Really appreciate your Satisfactory videos. That game is my favorite way to relax, and I can always count on you for great project ideas. Keep it up, man. Rob, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for dropping in and saying hi, and I'm glad you enjoy the content. Deletes restream from universe. Has it gone again? There is no end of problems for us with it. We breezed through the whole game on hard, hit the Ashlands and all died repeatedly, had to go back to normal difficulty to get a base set up. Oh man. Down counter again? We were doing so well. How are we looking? Wait. 2,400, 4,800, 6,000. Oh, we still need to do double this. Oh, I misjudged how big this build was going to be. We could do another step up, I guess. I'm sorry, Sinister. I appreciate you jumping over to YouTube there. Okay, just checked, and Twitch is much better than it used to be. Maybe it's because I upgraded to Google Fiber. Generally speaking, yeah, Twitch can be very good, except when it doesn't work for whatever reason. It's like Twitch has a continuous stream, and then if you go back to watch the video, then there's like a 10-minute end buffer. And so if it's streamed within those 10 minutes, you won't catch the stream. Whereas YouTube just keeps the video, the live VOD going. And so if it falls behind a bit, you can just scrub back. But you can't really do that with Twitch. I don't know if Bitch told you, but don't use auto connect on pipes. The maths becomes really wonky. He hasn't told me why is it really wonky. I don't think I've used auto connect on any pipes, to be honest. we need this, so we can't use that. What if? I have an idea. What if we run the water from there down to this area? How many pipes would we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. Okay, I do it. I love the roofs you did on this. Yeah, I'm quite liking this. It's something a little bit different. But yeah, it's quite a clean, compact little build. I'm quite happy with it. Thank you. Since you played Satisfactory for so long, I'm interested to know if your train stations have ever stopped loading freight. Have ever stopped loading freight? What do you mean by stopped loading freight? Hello, Dimble. How are you? Can I ask? Hello. Can I ask for advice? As I'm about to finish my biggest build and struggling for the final part. You can ask the question. I haven't done the final part, so I don't know if I'll be helpful to you. But I'll try my best to. S-Clock, hey! Thank you so much for the sub there. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you. And also, Mr. Snacks. Item, I think I've got your name wrong, but welcome as well. Thank you for the follow. Ooh. On Twitch or YouTube? Yeah, it's been doing it constantly. Yeah, it's driving me insane. I think it's the restream software, and I'm just gonna have to look at a different way to restream, probably using Atom after this. But we'll do it for after the wedding. After probably my birthday, I'll look at doing a full revamp. Appreciate it, man. Damn. Thank you very much for the sub. Casper, greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, Tomcom, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Tomcom. That is Nightbot stopping you. Sorry for the no. Wait. Do not worry. That's just an auto mod. It looks like you're not actually banned. I don't know if one of the mods unbanned you. Oh no, it was. It says warning, and then it said that looks like you're not actually banned you. And it said, I really appreciate it and welcome in, and I'm glad you enjoy the content. I am sorry that you got mini banned. If you have an issue with that, do let me know. And I know, my love. I know. It's just a case of Twitch being twitchy. I might just quit the Twitch stream because it keeps happening. But welcome in, Tomcom. I am here. Good. And thank you very much for joining us. CT, I was playing and noticed a huge drop in efficiency when I finally figured out the problem was all of my train stations had stopped loading freight. All the items were on the belts. As in, they just weren't loading anymore? But I'm not moving it. Was it not a I've not noticed that before. As in, not a that we're brand new part of the mega project. You probably haven't seen the Let me just, I'll jump up and show you briefly. So the next Let's Play episode is going to be this Smeltery. And then we have the basic iron facility. And then after that, we just finished yesterday the steel facility. So now we're producing concrete, or that's the plan. We will do it here. Send the concrete over to the steel facility so we can actually produce the steel that we want because we're using all of the molded recipes. And then we'll have behind this a copper facility and then a copper factory. It might even be in the center. I don't know. On top of this. But then once that's done, we can actually get started on a... Well, we need to then do the turbo fuel so that we can get started on the mega project. Offline, make sure to refresh if you're on Twitch stream. We're having a problem with it. Go out to Wii and come back and Twitch stream is offline. It's doing its own thing today. But as such, right now I'm trying to work out how we can transport 12,500 water. Twitch goes down and YouTube buffers. Yeah, I think YouTube must just slow down the stream ever so slightly so it doesn't cut out. We do it from over here. We do it from over here. Let me save this as... Either way, this is hammering your viewership numbers. Might be worth just resolving on stream. I can't resolve on stream. We've already tried, James. There's nothing I can do right now. I could switch off the stream and restart the PC and see if that resolves it. That would hammer the numbers. Or I could just cut off Twitch and we keep on with YouTube. And hope it builds up the numbers over there. Or I can close stream and spend the next 5 hours working out a new piece of software. I put it in low quality. The issue is not my side. It's between, by the looks of it, the Restream program and the Twitch and YouTube APIs. Old post, but current issue for me. Yeah, it's frustrating to just to fix. I'm rebuilding all of my stations now. Big headache. Like the belts weren't moving and the station inputs were frozen. I've never noticed that. I've never had that problem. Hopefully I never do. Then you can finally build screws. Ain't happening. I'm never building screws. I'm gonna avoid them like the plague. Almost. I'd rather do option 1 or 2. Stop streaming or try and fix it. It's... Viewing tonight on YouTube isn't an issue for me. Yeah, a lot of people seem to be fine on YouTube. It ends up buffering the stream. I'm going to ask my question here instead of Twitch. How do you sort out your logistics flaws for manufacturers? I run out of space so fast with all the inputs. It gets really frustrating. If you're running manufacturers, give yourself more of a logistics flaw. This is one of those like shorts that would be really good to answer if I had like a little 10 thing. If you give yourself more space on the floor below, say you normally do 8 meters worth, give yourself 16 meters, and then run all 4 of the lines as a vertical bus rather than a horizontal bus, and that way you never have to worry about that. Technically stream on both simultaneously is difficult. It shouldn't be this kind of we shouldn't have this problem. We've never had a problem with multi-streaming before now. And we were fine for about half an hour, and then it started coming back again. It might be one of your 50+ mods. It could well be a mod issue then. Possibly. Not experiencing noticeable buffering on YouTube. If you watch from Twitch and then you go over and watch YouTube, you'll buffering on YouTube. And watch. Notice a good 10-20 seconds. I use at least 12 manufacturers. Yeah, it shouldn't be an issue. So, if you run your manifolds, like this, run it, and you'd have all the inputs going up to it. Now I have a buffer problem. Typical. I guess I have to bring the manufacturers up to clear more space. Yeah, if a 6 to 8 meter logistics floor works in most cases, but once you start getting to the bigger buildables and you're needing to transport double the amount, oh balls. Oh, that's a real pain in the backside. Is that clipping? Is that artistic clipping? Can I get away with that? What if we just move it up? Yeah, as the machines get bigger and you need to use more and more inputs, you want to expand your logistics floors. That's a good question. We've never had to answer that one before. Thank you for sharing your issue. I need a support group. I hope this will be enough space for us. Yeah, YouTube sometimes needs to buffer. I'm sorry guys, I will endeavor to try and find a solution to this for the next multi-stream. It will probably be in October, and if it goes well, ooh, that's not good. We will endeavor to try and do a regular Twitch and YouTube stream, if possible. That is off, and it's all my fault. Hey Toto, I reached phase 5 today. The particle accelerator is one of the coolest buildings in the game ever. It does look pretty awesome. I've used it. Not used it that much, to be honest. I'm looking forward to playing around with the late game stuff. I've done it the wrong way around. Congratulations to getting to the late game. What mods are you playing with? I'm quite curious. I don't tend... So I have 2 mods that I actively play with. But they are solely for content creation purposes. So I use Fly from Pack Utility because I find it so much easier than the like the in-game flying, just so that I can get a better view of the builds. Also means that if we need to do a tutorial, we can activate creative mode briefly. And then we have Skybox UI so that we can change the time of day for either better thumbnails or for easier viewing experience for you guys. I've not seen you use a particle accelerator on stream yet. Yeah, because I've only done them for the nuclear recycling, which have always been guides outside the stream. But we will get there. We will. I'm looking forward to doing nuclear. That's the half. 1,200, 2,400, 4,800, 9,600. Oh, maybe we could do another one here. How high? Oh, it's up there. Still gonna have to use pumps. So much for trying to avoid using pumps. Do you feel like nuclear power is essential? Just turbo fuel can get you about 1,000,000 megawatts, right? I think we'll be doing about 500 gigawatts with turbo. No, not even that. I think it's 160 gigawatts, and then we'll be going to rocket fuel, which will get us up to 500 gigawatts. And we could do it much bigger if we wanted to. You can easily get enough power, but it's fun to play around with a little bit of everything, you know. If you really wanted to, you could probably finish the game with... Oh, hello, Mesosphere. Can't believe we've missed you all this time. You could probably get through the whole game with just fuel without too many issues. Because you don't need to build a massive facility. We just have a tendency to overbuild ESAs with this massive mess at the moment. The streamer bot. If the stream stays offline, please refresh the stream. Thank you, human. Appreciate it. How you doing today, man? Do they have high power demands? Very high, because it's fluctuates. Dobby, how you doing, man? If you're not overbuilt, you're underbuilt. That is if you want to build hundreds of fuel generators. Fair, very fair point. Twitch is wearing out my browser refresh button. Oh dear. Actually, we can cut through here. You build bigger so you can get more materials to build bigger. That's the best part of the game, in my opinion. Yeah, I think definitely that we can play the game how we want to play. There's no right way to play the game. You wouldn't want to build hundreds of fuel generators, though. That sounds fun. I'm getting a hint of sarcasm. Just a hint. I summer loop to a single particle accelerator at 250%. Overclocking it uses between 6 and 20 gigawatts of power. Yeah, it's a lot of power. I'm trading Twitch for YouTube today. Now it's getting really annoying. We'll probably finish the stream earlier today, just so that I know how frustrating it is, and it'll give me time to see if there's anything we can do on the back end. I'm just trying to get to a point where we've made enough progress to justify calling it. Bonjour, baguette-shaped human from a scale of Elon Muster IKEA. How are you today? Leroy des Crevettes. I probably pronounced your name wrong. Welcome in. I'm not too bad. Sarcasm. That legitimately sounds fun. That sounds even more sarcastic. Right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20. 20 times 600. 12,000. How many do we need? 12,500. We're almost there. I say that. We're not almost there. So we need, yeah, it was 12,500. So we need one more of these, which we can just place here. It's interesting to have massive skyscrapers of fuel generators. I think it's satisfactory to have buildings of multiple different heights. That's what I really enjoy. Multiple different. That's what I really enjoy. Like having that variance. The next problem. How are we going to ensure that everything is brought to the right height? Oi! Detritus. He said it, the thing. He said it was satisfactory, and thus the stream ended. Oh dear, that is bad. I would love to be able to zoop these horizontally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bad. these horizontal. 3, 4, 7, 9, 11, 12. How many did we need? 21. $19? Yeah! Oh, perfectly planned. Oh, that is 21, right? Bullseye. Bravo. That's how successful they were at developing a good game loop. Hundreds of fuel generators shouldn't be fun to build, but it is for some reason. Roll the credits. Yo, what are my two best channels? Your channel and that other channel with Old Man. Old Man? Are you talking about just the shorts? I was in his stream the other day. YouTube creator, right? Tomcom? Mainly I should say, because they also do Twitch. Is that game or stream lagging? Might be the stream that's lagging slightly, Crazy Chainsaw. We are aware we're having slight issues today. We're making the stream viewing experience less than enjoyable. I do apologize. Gaming with Doc. Is that who you're on about? Tom? Stream, otherwise he would get frustrated. Yeah. Yeah, Andy Pies, yeah, Doc. They've just reached their first 100,000 subs, which is awesome. I'm really happy for them. I jumped in to say congratulations. It's really interesting that they've grown so fast in a year. And it's mainly through shorts, which is something that I want to experiment a little bit more, but I also want to oh, for Pete's sake, just give me an inch. Or 2 meters. Doc and Darren are both good, and Kibbs. Yeah, Kibbs is a good friend. Hey, Wonka! Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the 24 months, man. But I found your builds nicer. Oh, I appreciate it. The great thing about the Satisfactory community is that it's you can clearly see with some creators that they're just very similar and have like different like ways of maybe teaching something. But in Satisfactory, it doesn't matter what kind of creator you are. Unless you copy someone's build directly, your builds are always going to be so vastly different to everyone else's. And so there's so much creativity in the game. And you might like someone else's style other than, more than someone else's. And that goes both ways. Hello from Georgia. Eric, how you doing? Hope you're well today. Is it worth setting up a blueprint for 21 pipe supports next to each other? No, because it was mentioned that if you auto-connect pipes, there is a nasty bug which throws off the maths of pipe, for the resources traveling through the pipes of the game, which means we're doing all of this by hand. Much against my preferred choice. Hey, Total, how you doing? So many Satisfactory nerds here. I love it. We have a nice little corner. Darren Bits, Total, DC in my top 4. But there are so many great people. There really are. Darren only streams to YouTube, right? I think he's one of the few die-hard YouTube streamers in the Satisfactory community. Zooping supports would be amazing, as well as snapping points when placing pipe junctions in front of floor holes. Yeah, there are lots of small improvements they could definitely make when it comes to the pipes in game, but they first of all need to fix the bugs. I would be happy if they sorted out the bugs. Okay, right. Let's move to this one. Please let me connect. Please. Oh, beautiful. Makes my life that little bit easier. Hold up! What is this I see? Hello, Total in chat. Hey, Bits. We're having lots of problems with restreaming at the moment. I think I'm going to have to go to ATEM. Our Twitch stream has been cutting out constantly. Speak of the devil. How you doing, man? Good, I'm so excited for Satisfactory for console. I'm interested to see how many people it appeals to playing Satisfactory on console. Because if I had the choice, I would prefer to play Satisfactory on PC. I think it's going to be able to utilize a computer much better than a console. So I'm really interested to see how the how well optimized it is for big builds. But it'll be interesting, as I say, whether it's going to bring a lot of people to the community who only play on console, or whether it's just something nice to have that doesn't really bring that many new players to the community, but perhaps a few of the core who also have a console will check it out. Do you see the new trailer? Yeah, we've already covered it, Thomas. I'm a touch disappointed because I think they really need to hype up the game to get more people to see it for console, and the best way to do that would be to hype it up around a launch that also affects those who already have the game, because the community goes mad over any kind of update, and that will get it trending. Give me a call after stream, we'll sort it for you. No additional stress on your system. I appreciate it. We've just never had an issue until today. It's driving me potty. My grandson will play on PS5. He prefers that to PC. Has he already been playing it though? On PC. Be cool to chat on my sofa with a console, but mostly play on the PC. Yeah, I think that's it. I will actively avoid playing on like Satisfactory on console. As much as I love Satisfactory, if I already have a console, I have a Switch. I just don't play it that much. But if I had like a console set up, an Xbox or a PS5, I'd want to stay away from Satisfactory simply because playing on console would be my relaxation time. And if I start playing the game that I play for a living, essentially, it's gonna take away from me, I think. But I might grab a controller and try and play with the controller layout. How are you feeding the top packages? With pumps, unfortunately. That is the plan. Are there going to be cross saves available? I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know if they'll be able to download saves. Console is going to be a huge market bump. Do you think so? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think this is one of those games that you'd scream out console. Now the pipe bug is what separates the noobs from the pioneers. Is there crossplay? I don't think there's crossplay between PC though, right? I don't think there's crossplay between PC though, right? That's a very healthy choice for you, Total. Yeah. It's something I am more and more aware of. I do need to find more time to be away from the PC. That's what I want. Like, this year is to probably establish the other channel a bit more. And then next year, they'll be trying to find out a way to kind of reduce the time that's needed with me in front of the PC, working constantly, because I was up till 2:30 this morning finishing this build so that we could start on this project today. And I don't really want to be crunching on the game. I don't want to risk burning out. Satisfactory with console. Controller sounds awful. I think it'd be really difficult, which is why I'm really interested to see how they've mapped it all. %, no cross saves. I remember when Satisfactory didn't need water for anything. Yeah. Update 1, update 2. I was thinking then, how did we add the water to various recipes? But we didn't have to at all. That was the beauty of it. I suspect we will hear more from CSS before November the 4th there, with more stuff for us veterans. Well, that's my hope. That is my hope. It would have been nice for them to have teased that, though, if that was the case. And I would have thought that they would have teased it if they could have. Because Gamescom is such a huge event. It's the perfect opportunity to hype up something. But maybe it did. Maybe it did hype up people who want it for console. Snurps did say to me yesterday that when he was at Coffee Stain, they had a no build limit on console, which was surprising, to be fair. Yeah. When we were in Sweden, we had a conversation about it, and they were able to do some big builds, but I don't know if they were able to push it to the same degree as what we've been able to do on PC. And you wouldn't be able to increase the config file for sure. So there would most definitely be some kind of hard like cutoff point. Controller amping is pretty good, but if you're used to keyboard, it takes a bit of getting used to. Yeah, I can appreciate that. I think I'd struggle. I know I'd struggle. Water is a win. I like seeing pipes being laid. I just loved that CSS trolled us so hard with everything, and each time we kind of like fell for it. We were like the dog, and they were throwing a stick, but they weren't throwing it. They were, you know, when you kind of like, yeah, and you still hold the stick, and the dog runs. That was us. Every single update.